Well, hi Dane. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Tim. Thanks for inviting me for the conversation.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you being willing to do this.
Glad to do it.
I'm excited to hear about what's going on in the WRBA Collegiate Ministry, and I just wanted to ask you a little bit about that, what the point is of the Association Collegiate Ministry, what we're trying to accomplish.
I'd be glad to share that with you. Essentially, it goes back almost a year. We did a current assessment as far as our community ministries to examine what we were doing and how we might improve. We involved a task force from our various churches in the WRBA. They have been working diligently. They have researched every aspect of collegiate ministry on the campuses of McLennan Community College and Texas State Technical College. They've interviewed faculty, staff, and students. They've taught with people in local churches. And that has all resulted in a strategic plan that we discussed and approved as a community ministries team last week, and we'll actually present to our executive board for approval.
I'm looking forward to it. What's kind of the main point of it? What's kind of the main, thrust of this new direction in the collegiate ministry?
Well, two things coincided with this study. One was the direction of the association to see itself as churches, and that the association exists as the churches and not the association dictating to the churches. That coincided with this study as far as the current status of community ministries. As a result, our team, our task force, has decided that the role of collegiate ministry is to connect churches in a more intentional manner with students on these two campuses.
Okay.
Essentially, we're going to be serving the churches and resourcing them and connecting them, rather than churches resourcing and trying to support what we're doing on these campuses.
Okay. So instead of them paying for us to put a missionary on the campus, we're helping them to get on the campus and do missions and ministry.
Absolutely. In fact, in the document that we'll be approving, it states very clearly that a coordinator of student ministry for these two campuses will be there to help connect the churches and not to do the ministry for them. In fact, we actually prohibit the coordinator from hands-on leading Bible studies or anything else that would take us back to the era of having a BSM director that churches might send some financial support to, but really be disconnected from.
Yeah. So at this current time, how many churches would you say had a real active ministry presence on the two campuses, MCC and TSTC?
It's been minimal. We've had very few, and primarily that involvement was providing either money or a meal for a lunch that would be periodic on the campus of MCC. We've not really had anything going on a regular basis on the campus of TSTC, so the involvement has been
well, it's a new
minimal.
direction. It's a brand new start.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is going to actually give us a brand new beginning, and already we have several churches that are in the area that are saying, well, based on this new direction, now we see how we can actually engage in collegiate ministry.
Cool. What are some of those ways? Yeah, give me some
examples of some of those churches. Park Lake Drive. They realized that what they had been doing for some time now is really what we are wanting to encourage churches to do. But they felt somewhat inferior, felt like that maybe they weren't really plugged in the way they should be. And as they begin to get a vision for their role in college ministry, now they're really ready to ramp up their efforts.
Cool. So churches could go out and do events, concerts, outreach events, meals, fun times, or what kind of activities do you think churches might be interested in doing eventually?
The sky's the limit. There's really no limit to what can be done creatively. And we have official presence on these campuses through a recognized Baptist student ministry.
Okay.
The coordinator who will work for us will simply allow churches or connect churches that have an interest. Maybe they want to do a Bible study, or they want to have some type of event and bring their members to the campus. The coordinator will work to make sure that there's no problem with that, that the campus is aware of it, that all the necessary guidelines have been fulfilled. So essentially our coordinator just paves the way for this event to take place.
Yeah.
And then the church comes and develops a relationship with students that hopefully will continue beyond that event, and eventually these students will be involved in those local churches.
Awesome. Well, from what I understand, there's approximately 19,000 students on those two campuses. I'm excited to see what the Lord's going to do with this.
It's overwhelming.
How does a church get started? Who do they contact if they're interested? Or if they think, hey, we'd like to get in on that, what do they need to do?
At this time, the point of contact would be myself. And all they'd have to do is to call our office or to email me and say, we're interested in exploring possibilities for ministry with students. From that point, I'll involve our college ministry task force. We are going to begin immediately searching for a coordinator for MCC campus and TSTC. As soon as that person is in place, then they'll be the point of contact.
Awesome.
Until that time, the best thing would be to contact our office or email me directly, and I'll get the people to respond that would be appropriate.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate you taking the time to visit with me about
I'm
that.
excited to share
Yeah.
because we feel like this is the right direction for our approach to ministry on these campuses.
I can't wait to see it.
Thank you.